Yeah, sit back, relax. Listen to the beat. Feel the beat go through. Chakra 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, but there's really hundreds of chakras. The haiku for this week. No shadow today. Moon's light is the elixir. Have no fear, have no blame. Yeah. That's right. No fear, no blame. And we look into the wisdom of the ancients, the divinatory tool of the I Ching, the Yi Jing, the 10 wings. Some say that the I Ching is the book of changes, and indeed it is about change, but really, my sisters, my brothers, it's a book of answers. So we reach for an answer today. All right, now just take a minute. I want you to think of a question that you have. What's your question today? What's your question about your life? What's your question about what you're doing, where you're going, how you're feeling, and what it all means? Yeah. Have that question and go in and go deep. Yeah. So we cast the coins, the tiles, the sticks to find where we are, right? And to get the advice of the ancients. 3,000 years, right? How can that be wrong? And it ain't wrong. It's like you're not wrong. Well, maybe you've made a mistake, but that's no big deal, because that's how we learn. And that's when we say, all right, it is time to come together. Yeah. Beatles said it, I'll say it. Come together right now. Okay. So in casting, we've come to the quad, the hexagram, the section that talks to us about the answer to our question. Do you have that question? Maybe I'll give you a second. Write it down. Write your question down if you can. Not if you're driving. Don't do that. All right, you got it? Okay. Here it is. From the Book of Changes, the Book of Answers, the Yi Jing, the I Ching, number 8, Pai, union. Above is water and below is the earth. And the wisdom, our dreams and desires flowing together, finding union in satisfaction. The elements of water and earth are united now, you see. They're coming together. We're talking about bringing the elements, paying attention to the elements because they form this natural union, a beneficial union. Water is conscious, it has no guidance as it begins to flow. It has no idea where it's going to go or where it's going. It finds its own way and it seeks its own level. Get that. Your path now is similar in that you are drawn to harmonizing with others who match your energy and flow. These are the laws of attraction. In this search, be cautious of promises that tell of advancement without work. Oh, isn't that the trap? Joining is work, and it is of the most glorious and beneficial work. Know that this is your path to a free mind, an open heart, and a satisfied soul. Hello, Florida. Union. Union can bring happiness and form. As waters join together, they create new pathways. Visualize it. When people are brought together through love and trust and compassion, they create new pathways. See, that's it. We don't have to go to the old stale beliefs of what it should be, what it was, what it could be, because it's always changing, and it's because through the eyes of the beholder. These new pathways require diligence. And in diligence, you are led to the highest good of all. Your family, your tribe, and you, first of all. Put yourself first. without putting yourself first. There's nothing for your family, for your kids, for your friends, for your patients to bounce off of. When you hear the sound of water flowing in natural settings, it brings a sense of peace and tranquility. Think about it, right? And in this primal knowing, we know, without really having to think about that, these waters are traveling. They're traveling to merge with larger bodies of water. And in that joining, in that union, great bodies of water are formed, right? You know, the lakes, the oceans, the seas. Along the way, these waters nourish the earth. See it? Embrace the knowing that all are one with the waters and one with the earth. This is a powerful message from Spirit. All right, come into consideration of your tribe right now, your relationships, your associations. Hey, brothers, sisters, have you been compromising in relationship? Has to do with what you ask. Compromise in relationships, in love, business, tribal movements, commerce, politics. Ouch. These rivers, these associations, you see, they're meant to join together. But let not toxins come into that joining together. You see, with the understanding of this elixir, this water, the great universal elixir, it brings you to the joy of a great sea, the great sea of a nurtured and cared for heart and soul. When you join together, there are many benefits. There's benefits in the way that you are, in the way that you feel, because this flow that results from the synergy of coming together will carry you to the great heights of love, of joy, and of accomplishment, right, as we go. In business, make stronger ties and cultivate the networks in your milieu. In relationships, be pure of heart and speak of your trust and speak of the depth of your truth. Be transparent. Do not hold back. Be there, be there, be there. And be firm and hold on to your truth. And if your truth is challenged, man, speak your truth. Pull your sword. That's what it's about right now. Yeah. Okay, play that. Play it. It's now time to come to the confidence that you have to reach out and strengthen your ties with your family. Strengthen your ties with the loved ones. Strengthen your ties to your tribe of friends. Reach out. If you're not being met in your relationships, bring out the truth. Bring out the truth. If in the light of that truth there's something lacking, well, maybe it's time to move on. Because in that transparency, your trust is created by feeling and knowing yourself. If you find these old patterns and conditions are toxic, then offer them to the ritual fire. In that, they are reduced to the elements that can be remade to beneficial patterns that nurture you. This is the essence of recycling, right? Yeah, send it back, send it to the cleaners and let it go. You see, when so much is available to you, there's this temptation to act for personal gain, no matter where you are. And the temptation is to neglect the connection to all beings. This lack of consciousness would cause your hard-earned upward spiral to descend. The negative aspects of ego will attempt to activate an uncalled for greed to have more happiness, more money, more influence, more love, more power, more stuff, man. We got enough stuff. In answer to your question, get rid of some stuff. give it away. Come into that place of give back, right? That great thing, it happens in tribal, Native American tribes where you give all your stuff to one family and they give you all their stuff, then you got new stuff. Wouldn't that be nice? You see, this is an aspect not only of an ego-driven capitalist society that we're feeling now, but of the human condition. And it shouldn't be judged. It's here. It's part of our genetics. But be on guard. Consider that you have all you need at this moment in time, and it will be recognized and made useful through gratitude. Gratitude for the life that has been gifted to you, right? In the space of gratitude. You will be clear on what you truly need and what or who is to be surrendered to the ritual fire, and then you let go, and you let go forever. Close your eyes, not if you're driving. Close your eyes. Dig it. Your spirit dancers are with you, watching, and are made ready to assist you with a flow like water to take you to bathe in the great sea of your dreams and desires. That is the sea. That is what's all running into these little bodies, these tributaries. They come together, they form a great sea. And what's in that sea? That sea is your dream. That's your desire. You see, it's here. It's filling this vast open place, the place where dreams come true. There is no doubt about it. And like they say, if you don't have a dream, how are you going to have a dream come true? Okay. It's all right. Move it. Bring a new seriousness to locating and recognizing your tribal brothers and sisters. Look for them, see what's there, and open up to that great and peaceful place where love is there for everyone. Love is there where you're feeling and where you're knowing where it is that you're going, where is your flow, right? If you find yourself feeling you do not have enough currency, all right, I dig this. Like what we mean by currency is energy and life force in your present situation. Don't fall into the widely accepted definition of currency. You'll find that it's not the currency of money, gold, influence, or power that is the elixir for your situation. At this time, in this situation, the magical elixir is compassion. Compassion and goodwill. And what is compassion? It's embracing the other's suffering, right? If we have compassion, we see our sisters, we see our brothers that we join together in the suffering that we all share. And in that, it makes the road easier and the water flows as goodwill and compassion are there. But, goodwill and compassion alone will not pay the bills. But when these qualities are combined with the joining together with trusted comrades, trusted community members, it will begin the flow that makes way for you to manifest contentment and abundance for yourself, your tribe, and your community. In this, you will be led to your bliss. And as my teacher, my blessed teacher, Mr. Campbell said, follow your bliss and the universe will open doors that have been forever closed. And so we join and we move along together as we find these places in our life and we find where we feel the light, where we open up to this beautiful time in our life. Because it is trust. It is trust that's called for now. Trust in yourself. Trust in those close to you who have proven their sincerity and goodwill. This hexagram speaks to the waters flowing over the earth and joining together. It seems random, but it's not. These lakes, these oceans, they're all formed. It is not random. You, like the waters are being moved by an inner primal flow of the precious material of the soul. And your task is to simply allow, simply let it be limitless in your love, limitless in your desire for the greater good to be done, and get your ego out of the way. You see, you're being moved towards this primal flow of the precious material of the soul. Your task here is to simply allow, right? Ain't that hard. Get your ego out of the way. Quiet the voice that says you must look good to others. Oh, wow. Don't you know that? You know, we're spending so much time having a camera on us. You know, but that's something hasn't happened in society. So many people are on camera talking to others. It's the way that we do it. So let's say we put on a little makeup and, you know, make sure our roots aren't showing, and brush it up a bit. Well, it's okay, man. It's good to look good, but get your ego out of the way. Look good to be looking good, right? Quiet the voice that says you must look good to others. If you let go and allow, you will find truth. You will find your flow. You will trust that you'll be taken to the sea. What is that sea? That sea is the sea of creativity, the sea of love, the sea of abundance and contentment. What do we call this? We call this nurturing the soul. This qua, this hexagram, this relates to the need for forming unions to accomplish great change. It is time for community, no doubt about it, and to accomplish change for the greater good, as well as for the individual self. New relationships built on trust and goodwill can now be formed. They should be conceived and allowed to grow in an incubator of compassion and trust and love and truth. Yeah, I know. Your truth is not somebody else's truth, but that's cool. We all got our own truth, and we got to follow that one. You see, this vision of our beneficial movements in these areas, this union, that's what gives birth to the benefits in proper measure for all. You know, take what you need and leave the rest. It's not time to be hoarding, you know what I mean? It's time to, and I mean that in love and energy, you gotta share it. And in sharing it, it opens the doorway up for more love, for more stuff. But we deal with that. And if there's too much stuff, I'll say it again, give it away. Give it away. Put it in a box. Don't look at what's in that box, and just give it to somebody. You know, in this hexagram, we're being given very subtle instructions on magic. This qua contains a valuable and powerful lesson in the idea of magic. M-A-G-I-K. Step out of your old mode of me. Whether that me is self-pity, oh, poor me, self-sacrifice, oh, I don't have enough, self-destruction, or self-aggrandizement. Ooh. And consider your place in the whole at this time, and activate it and be the love that you desire. You're going to do this through trust and love and compassion. In this, be the light, be the leader in your tribe, in your business, in your community. Show your strength by having compassion and showing support and care for your fellow travelers. In your personal relationships, do the same, right? In Sun Tzu, The Art of War, General Sun Tzu says, the great leader does not lead from the front. The great leader does not fall behind. The great leader is in the middle. The great leader is in the middle, and that's where he leads from. In my conversation with leaders around the world, with poets, with authors, with writers, singers, creators, they're taking the risk of being in the center and broadcasting from the center, and that's a risk. And there is no growth without risk, right? As a healer, you're taking a risk. As a lover, you're taking a risk. But we got to take the risk, see? If you're working with a group and you do not feel the desire to lead, then cool, joyously join with your community, with your tribe, with your friends, with your family, and all your associates. as together in union, you accomplish the tasks for the greater good. Acting in this manner will lighten your heart and allow you to see clearly where this flow of energy and trust and compassion will take you. In this space, fun is born. Think about that, huh? That's the place, that fun. Remember fun? Fun is part of the equation. You know, sometimes you feel, oh, all this stuff going on, don't have time to have fun, but it's so, hey man, come on. Hey, listen, when I say hey man, I mean all of us. My dear friend Margaret, she said, you use man too much. I'm sorry, from my time, that we did that a lot, and man didn't mean, it mean man, right? The big one, the mankind, the humankind. So I say, acting in this manner will lighten your heart and will allow you to see clearly where this flow of energy, trust, and compassion will take you. Again, I tell you, this is where fun is born.
Now, be here now, be here now, be here now,
Yeah.
be here now,
Feel it.
be here now,
The words of the sages. Be here now. Be where you are. See where your feet are. Your feet are, where are they? They're in the right place. In the terminology of Jungian thought, this term conjunctio is an expression of the joining together of opposite ideas, or at least they seem that way, or opposite actions to create a positive outcome. In the same way, tiny brooks and streams join together to create rivers that flow into the lakes and eventually into oceans. But as they flow, they nurture all things around us, like our soul. And it is like that for all of us at this time, the movement is taking us to a new earth, a new golden age, and it will be made evident when you allow your own ideas and those of your fellows to flow together. In doing that, to make something greater than individuals could possibly imagine. You think you have a great imagination now, get with your fellows on the road less traveled and see where your image, a nation, where you're imaging it. You're imaging this new earth, right? What could be accomplished alone in isolation, right? Because this earth is a beautiful place, and it was at its beginning. It has clear waters, virgin forests, open places for us to be, and little by little, we've been eating away at it, but now we're being faced with it. To come together, brothers and sisters, come together to work with the goddess Gaia, the Gaia that watches over us, the children of the earth, to change it, right? That's what we're doing. Why are we listening to this, the old ancient information? So we can come and turn back while moving forward. You get it? Walk backwards a little bit while you're meditating. Adapt to this path and come together in mutual benefit. This benefit to create greater benefit, love for the greater good of all. And in this landscape for a new, capital N, earth, capital E, there will be seen, and it will serve as a goal. And it is an ideal of what is meant to be, even though through the lens it might look difficult, but it's okay. These messages from this book of changes, from the I Ching, the book of answers, these are magical lessons, right? Lessons in manifestation. Here, the action of joining with the flow of community, with family and friends, will bring you to a deeper understanding of your true purpose and will lead to peace in your heart, your mind, and soul. Yeah, there's worry and doubt around. But there is an antidote for worry, doubt. It's trust, risk, and compassion. In these times, reach out as the warrior, the goddess, the hero, and radiate love and trust. Be love and trust those who've shown their purity of truth. These are magical teachings, and you, right now, are the magician. So we go together. And together we ride the river. Together we ride the wave. Together we ride the light. So this section, look, I know you know this. Most of this you know and you've heard it before, but this is a reminder, you see, and that's a great thing of the ways of not looking into the future, right? Because if you think you know what the future is going to be, you're wrong. But it is about being fully present. Like it said, be here now. That's what old Ram Dass said, man. It said, be here now, right? That's the deal. That's the idea. So we look at this hexagram, this section that's called union, right? As water flows over the earth, as our consciousness flows over the earth, so we can do the best that we can do. The Mayan expression from here in the Yucatan, the greeting and the goodbye is in la ke shalakin, means I am the other you. So I say to you, in la ke shalakin, I am the other you. And I like it that way. I like it that way, yes I do. Your spirit dancers are with you. That's a feeling you have around you right now, that tingling, right? That's real. Because what have we done? We've done the code. Know this, the I Ching, the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, the great books, they're code. And these are the codes that bring us home, the codes that can bring us inner peace. And that's what we're looking for, to be at peace.
Inner peace from my center, at the center of me. Please let me feel inner peace from my center, at the center of me. Please let me feel inner peace from my center, at the center.
In la ke shalakin, I am the other you. There's no doubt about it. And sisters and brothers, honor each other. Men, honor the goddess. Sisters, if a man is shown trust, then trust him. And come together, not as one because that's impossible, but come together. In your community, in your heart, in your relationships, and in your love, in Lakesh Alakin, I am the other you. And I like it that way. Yes, I do. Namaste, y'all.